Wolverine versus King Cobra. What if they would fight? Ladies and gentlemen, vertebrates and invertebrates, put your hands, paws, fins, and tentacles together for the main event of the evening. Fighting out of the red corner, a vicious mammal whose name and attitude have inspired franchises. And in the blue corner, the undisputed monarch of the Serpentine Kingdom, the very definition of cold-blooded. Welcome to this epic showdown as we bring you a bout between the tenacious Wolverine and the elegant, intoxicating King Cobra. Just who will come out on top? That is exactly what we hope to find out today. Let's start by getting to the basic 101s on our fighters. The Wolverine, aka Gulo Gulo, is simply put a large member of the weasel family, Mustelidae. In fact, it is the largest mustelid that lives on land, while the giant otter is the largest family member outright. Other prominent members of this grouping include weasels, badgers, and otters. Interestingly, the mustelid family is one of the largest in all of Carnivora, containing around 70 of the order's 280-plus species. This highlights the incredible adaptability and toughness of this group of animals. And toughness just happens to be the Wolverine's middle name. These critters are in the least concern category in animal conservation records, thanks to their wide distribution. Their habitat ranges from the Arctic regions of North America to northern Europe and Siberia. Their thick, fluffy coats help them endure an icy blizzard. Their meaty paws and strong claws are engineered for plowing through thick snow. Their hardy jaws and digestive systems allow them to squeeze every drop of nutrition from lean winter pickings. Wolverines have a well-earned reputation for ferocity and an almost untamable nature, even giving larger predators like wolves, bears, and tigers pause in wild encounters. It's no surprise that Marvel Comics named X-Men icon Wolverine after this vicious underdog. Wolverines have a shoulder height of around 1.5 feet when on all fours. They can reach 45 inches from nose to tail and weigh up to 40 pounds. Males are generally larger than females, but the gals are no less feisty than the boys, especially when defending their young. The King Cobra, on the other hand, is a legendary reptile that is feared and revered. Not only is this regal serpent the largest cobra species, but it is also the largest venomous snake on Earth. The king is known by several names in Indian and other Asian cultures, but scientists refer to it as Ophiophagus hana of the Elapidae family. Like many elapids, the king cobra can raise the front portion of its body and spread flaps around its neck to appear more intimidating, as if it weren't scary enough. King cobras are native to India and Southeast Asia. They love the warmer climates of southern China, Indonesia, Vietnam, and surrounding areas. Thanks to the rapid expansion of human activities like farming and urbanization, the cobra is experiencing drastic habitat loss and is now classified as vulnerable. That said, its allure to exotic animal collectors, zoos, and breeders means you can find captive kings on all continents in the world. The king cobra is a truly amazing animal that inspires curiosity, fear, and even cultural and religious reverence. From its legendary venom to its Hinduistic divinity and even starring role in many snake-charming shows, almost everyone feels something toward the king. On average, they measure up to 13 feet in length, but some have been recorded to approach 20 feet. Again, the boys are generally bigger, with some males weighing over 22 pounds, with females around half the size. Wolverines are primarily carnivorous, but will occasionally partake in the odd berry and leaf in the warmer seasons. They mainly get by through scavenging the kills of other predators or hunting opportunistically. Wolverines will eat any animal they can kill or any carcass they come across. This diverse palate includes deer, birds, rabbits, foxes, fish, squirrels, and even rival predators. They will also raid bird nests for eggs. As far as hunting, wolverines have been known to bring down game as large as deer and even young bears. Deer fawns and Dal lambs are particular delicacies. Wolverines also love bone marrow and are equipped with jaws that help them access juicy quantities from large animals like moose or elk. Wolverines are constantly on the prowl for a meal and will traverse as much as 15 miles a day, sniffing, digging, climbing, and chasing after morsels in their often unforgiving environments. Their high metabolism means they need to search for food constantly, hence the name golo golo or glutton. In comparison, the king cobra is in the hunting business exclusively, and business is good. The king routinely cements its place at the top of the food chain by feeding almost entirely on snakes, including other king cobras. Common menu items include rat snakes, banded kraits, and even pythons. It also partakes in lizards, birds, and a few small rodents. Once a cobra is sated, it can go weeks or even months without hunting again because of its extremely slow metabolism. Wolverines are equipped with a set of 38 strong teeth, including 4 sharp canines for puncturing. They have a reported bite force of about 50 psi. They also have 5 sharp claws on each foot for digging or holding on to prey or opponents in a fight. The Wolverine's fighting and hunting strategy is best defined as improvisational, consisting of wild biting and claw slashing, much like the brown and black bears they share territory with. They usually aim to rip an enemy or prey animal to shreds with overwhelming ferocity. Wolverines may also use stealth in some situations and have been known to pounce on animals from rocks and trees. However, the Wolverine has another nasty weapon used for defending itself, an anal scent gland that secretes a strong, pungent smell that disorients would-be pursuers. Wolverines, though tenacious, are not invincible and would rather avoid raging bears or wolf packs. King cobras are a bit more surgical in their approach to hunting and combat. Their primary offensive weapon is their deadly fangs, which deliver doses of extremely potent neurotoxins that cause extreme pain and swelling, quickly followed by paralysis and respiratory failure. In adult humans, a single bite from a juvenile or adult king may result in death in half an hour. The snake is also selective in the quantities of venom it delivers, so that dose may be bigger or smaller. One legendary statement is how a king cobra bite can kill an elephant. Unfortunately for potential victims, this statement is 100% true. In rare circumstances, the cobra may use its bulk to constrict prey animals while delivering multiple venomous bites. As far as self-defense, the king cobra would sooner run than risk avoidable injuries in a fight with other predatory animals. However, if cornered, they will raise their heads and unfurl their legendary hoods to appear larger. If an assailant is not deterred, the snake will attempt to deliver its tried and tested neurotoxic concoction. Wolverines are surprisingly quick, reaching speeds of 30 miles per hour in relatively short bursts. They are fairly strong swimmers and adept climbers as well. A king cobra can hit speeds of 11 miles per hour with a strike speed of approximately 8 to 10 feet per second. They are strong swimmers too, and are no strangers to climbing, making them a complete jungle and swamp predator. So, who would win? While this matchup is interesting on paper, it is unlikely to ever occur in the wild, as these animals live in very different environments. Only human intervention would bring them together. In such a case, it would be hard to imagine the king cobra being the aggressor, as it would have no interest in the bulky wolverine, since it cannot eat it. The snake would likely try to avoid the wolverine unless cornered. On the other hand, the wolverine's curiosity and propensity to eat anything it can kill would likely drive it to at least test the waters. The king cobra would raise its hood as a warning, which would give any predator pause. If aggression was unavoidable, the safe money would be on the wolverine tearing the snake to shreds with its speed, teeth, and claws. The cobra could land a few bites in the process, but if the wolverine is anything like its cousin, the African honey badger, it may prove resistant to snake venom. Additionally, the wolverine's thick coat may render the cobra's fangs useless. If the wolverine is not resistant to venom and receives an unhealthy dose, it may be curtains for both animals. The king cobra's best chance would be to strike first and dart away into a nearby water body or crevice. With all that said, a fight would likely depend on how hungry the wolverine is. If it is not too famished, it would likely weigh the potential threat and move on to less intimidating prospects. What do you think about this fight? I await your opinion in the comments. Also, if you were enthusiastic about this fight, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more videos like this. Thanks.